Alright, now that our video is done exporting, we are ready for our last step, which is to go ahead and upload it to YouTube. Alright, so I'm already logged in to YouTube, so I'm just going to go ahead and upload. And I know a lot of you are thinking right now, well, we know how to upload videos to YouTube. It's really easy. Why are you showing us this? And the reason is that we actually want to talk about your descriptions, your tag, your title, because those are going to be really important in helping people find your video. So while our video is uploading, we can go ahead and do title, description, and tags. So a better title is not just to leave it what the document was, but to actually think about incorporating keywords into your title and thinking about what people might be searching for that could lead you to your video. So Tim, do you have any suggestions on what we should call this thing?
Well, let's see. We know where the video is going to be housed then. It's going to be embedded on your website, right, meganauman.com, and it's going to be a part of a page. And what else is going to be on the page?
It's probably going to go up first as a blog post, but then it might also be housed on a separate page where I talk about just why I love steel jewelry and why it's such a great material. The reason I made the video to begin with is that not everyone knows, the benefits of working with steel and the benefits of wearing steel, so I wanted to share that.
Okay, so the few things that we know what we want to put on it, so we know we want to put your name on it. So we're going to say... Not quite that, but we're going to incorporate Megan's name. So we're going to say Megan Auman talks about why she uses steel in making her jewelry. So we don't quite want a sentence, but now we're getting there. So now we have, well, this is a great way to do it because you write it as a sentence and then you break it down into what you want it to be. So for the description, again, we'll use almost the exact same thing. This is why writing the sentences helps.
It also helps to spell your words correctly.
And you can notice that she's also typing in a little bit about what she's saying because the great thing about YouTube is that Google searches run through YouTube. So any and everything you can write in your title, your description, or your tags is going to actually help Google find your video and bring it up to people's attention. Great. So now that we have a description, another thing you can actually do in the description before moving on to tags is we can add a link to anything. So Megan is going to include, of course, a link to her page where people can buy her jewelry.
Yeah, so I went ahead and I didn't just link to meganauman.com, though that is in the video. I went ahead and linked right to shop.meganauman.com. And actually, if I wanted to be a little more specific, what I could do is I can link directly to the page because I've set my shop up by categories where they can shop just my steel pieces. So I can actually go ahead and put that right in there, and that way there's no confusion and I'm sending them straight to all the steel jewelry that now hopefully from watching the video they all know and want.
So now that we have our description set up, we're going to go ahead and do tags. And tags is just a great way to simplify everything that you've just said in the title and the description and more, and just put it in one-word phrase, two-word phrases, three-word phrases. So Megan's just going to go ahead and put her name and all forms of her name. You can also, you're going to break it up by commas. So you can do Megan, comma, Auman, comma, Megan, Auman, comma, and then Megan, space, Auman, comma. And these are just all ways that when people search on YouTube, they're going to be able to find Megan. And then we're also going to add things like steel, jewelry, even material, great material.
So, right, and I'm going to add also like necklace, earrings. So if someone's searching for, say, steel and then necklace, they might come up with that too.
Anything you can really think of. You can also do craft, crafting, anything that you can describe your business with.
I might also do alternate spellings for jewelry. I think that's the British spelling. And then I might also go ahead and throw in my tagline. I can use the word statement jewelry.
There's no limit to the amount of tags. Megan could, even if she wanted to, add in Pennsylvania. because then you can get searched regionally, and people are going to know, okay, maybe I'm thinking Pennsylvania jewelry,
Right.
and then boom, there's
And I might
the
use the
tags.
word jeweler in here too, not just jewelry. And then, of course, don't forget to put in that craftMBA tag so that you guys can be entered in the craftMBA video challenge for a chance to win the Sony Bloggy HD camera. All right, so let's look at this title again for a second. So how can we take this from a sentence to a really great dynamic title?
Well, so let's see. We already have everything that we want in there. So let's say right now we have Megan Auman talks about why steel makes a great material for jewelry. All right, so maybe we just want to do why steel and then dash Megan Auman. That's a possibility.
Okay.
But that's also, again, that's very simple. So we want to go back and we want to know how much do we really want to put in there. So we can add.
I think the word jewelry, so it has to at least say why steel jewelry.
Why steel jewelry, and then dash Megan Auman.
Yeah.
And then that would be our title. It's really simple. People catch it. They know it. They're not reading a full sentence. It's essentially a mix between your tags and your description.
Well, and we could also actually make it say why steel jewelry by Megan Auman, because then people know that it's not just why steel jewelry, but why buy my steel jewelry too.
Exactly.
And all of those things we'll go ahead and do as soon as my internet stops giving me, oh, there it is. So we'll go ahead and change that to why steel jewelry by Megan Auman. And that I think gives us a really great range, and this is a really critical step to help people find your videos and really help people see them. And so then I can go ahead and make sure that I say this. And of course, I'm leaving my settings on public. I want anyone can search for it and anyone can view it.
Also, you want to change your category. Category may seem kind of inconsequential.
Right.
But if your video starts to take off and gets more views, it can actually get featured on a category page on YouTube. So obviously Megan's going to pick how to and style. Right. And that way, if it comes up on the front page of YouTube, you'll always see those categories. Well, it could be the #1 video on how to and style. So you want to make sure you pick an appropriate category.
And wouldn't we love that if it was the #1 video on how to and style? All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and save changes. And then once my video settings are complete, it will be ready. And then, of course, something else to keep in mind is once your video uploads, it takes YouTube a little while to process the video. So when it first comes up, it's going to appear to be a lower quality than the final output is going to be, and you just have to give it a few minutes of time. So of course, when you're planning video, say to use in a blog post or trying to get things up there, you know, this isn't something that you can do 5 minutes before you wanted to post the blog post, but it's definitely a great way if you're thinking about it ahead of time to create blog posts, to create pages on your website that help build engagement with your audience, and then of course back on YouTube that help bring some more traffic back to your business. So for now, this is Megan Auman and Tim Auman signing off, and we will see you next time where we talk about some different ideas for what kinds of videos you should be creating for your business. So if you've been a little stuck so far in the challenge, hopefully next week's video will give you some ideas going forward. Have a great day, everybody.